expected. They be having these big mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms. I ain't been famous that goddamn long. I'm excited in a mother be at the mansion party. You be looking at all the goddamn rooms, and you around and look in the wrong room. Nick, come here, come here. Is that two kissing? Is one of them Professor Obie? He came out the closet, he came out the closet. Oh my God, a rubber. The goddamn door. All I'm saying is, our country is in turmoil right now. Real versus big, and big is getting strong in a mother. These mother got power and understand it, the game ain't the same.
He's back with another explosive take, and this time, Kevin Hart is squarely in his crosshairs. It's no secret that Katt has been questioning Hart's authenticity for years, but now he's dropped a bombshell suggestion. Hart might want to consider following the celebrity playbook of island hideaways, because once Diddy starts talking to the feds, everything could change. Now, let's dive into why this isn't just another celebrity feud. We're dealing with a federal RICO case here, and those three words carry more weight than most people realize. RICO, racketeer-influenced and corrupt organizations, isn't just another fancy legal term. Think of it as a massive net designed to catch not just the big fish, but everyone swimming in their waters. Here's what makes this situation particularly explosive. RICO isn't about targeting a single criminal act. It's about exposing entire networks of corruption that generate serious money, all operating under one mastermind's direction. In this case, the man who calls himself Brother Love. And here's the kicker. You don't have to be the one committing crimes to get caught in this net. If you knew what was happening and played any part, no matter how small, the feds want to have a word with you. The dominoes are already falling. Katt Williams pointed out how Diddy's empire is cracking at its foundation. Major brands and institutions are running for the hills. Hulu, Revolt, Salksco, Empower Global, Peloton, Howard University, even Macy's are all distancing themselves from Diddy faster than you can say damage control. But guys, according to Katt, this is just the beginning.
The biggest secret in the entertainment industry that really wasn't a secret at all has finally been revealed to the world. The wall of silence has now been broken, and victims are coming forward. Our team has had at this point more than 3,285 individuals contact us with people claiming to have been victimized by Sean Combs. After vetting, we now represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs, as well as claims against many other individuals and entities that we will name as defendants as we file these individual cases.
Attorney Tony Busby has uncovered something truly horrific. A staggering 3,285 individuals have come forward with allegations against Diddy. And what makes this even more sickening is the age range of the alleged victims. We're not just talking about young adults. Some were as young as 9 years old when these alleged incidents occurred. It's the kind of revelation that makes your blood run cold. The legal tsunami building against Diddy is massive. Over 120 people aren't just talking, they're taking action. But here's where it gets even more serious. These aren't merely civil lawsuits being filed. Many of these individuals have already had conversations with the FBI, positioning themselves as key witnesses in what could be one of the most explosive cases in entertainment history. While Diddy's legal team is pushing for a speedy trial, industry insiders are picking up on something telling. Diddy seems to know he's in deep water. And here's where it gets even more intriguing. Those who know how power players operate are watching closely because a man like Diddy, when cornered, rarely goes down alone.
Safety. I expect that through this process, many powerful people will be exposed. Many dirty secrets will be revealed. We know what we are potentially up against.
Victimized by a group of powerful people that operated for 30 plus years.
The day will come when we will name names other than Sean Combs.
The spotlight is now shifting to Kevin Hart, and people are starting to connect some very uncomfortable dots. Think about it. For decades, Hart wasn't just attending Diddy's notorious parties, he was hosting them. This raises a burning question that's getting harder to ignore. How could someone so deeply embedded in Diddy's inner circle claim complete ignorance of any suspicious activities? Katt Williams, who's been watching from the sidelines all these years, is now pointing to something that's been bothering him for a long time: the meteoric rise of Kevin Hart's career. According to Katt, there's something unnaturally perfect about how Hart seemingly materialized out of thin air to become comedy's biggest star. The term industry plant is being whispered in certain circles, suggesting that Hart's astronomical success might not have been solely based on talent and hard work. The implications here are serious. Katt isn't just questioning Hart's success story, he's suggesting that Hart's relationship with Diddy might have been deeper and more problematic than anyone previously suspected. The comedy world has always had its gatekeepers, but now people are beginning to wonder just what kind of keys you needed to unlock those gates.
In Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person.
Think about the sheer velocity of Kevin Hart's rise to fame. It's not just unusual, it's almost unprecedented. While seasoned performers like Katt Williams had to climb the comedy ladder one grueling rung at a time, Hart seemed to take an express elevator straight to the penthouse. We're talking prime movie roles, sold-out comedy specials, and the kind of opportunities that typically take decades to accumulate, all landing in Hart's lap with suspicious speed. And here's where Katt's industry experience becomes particularly relevant. After years in the entertainment business, he understands its unwritten rules intimately. As he sees it, this kind of turbocharged success story usually comes with fine print, the kind written in invisible ink. In the cutthroat world of show business, Katt suggests that such rapid ascension typically requires more than just talent. It often demands what he calls selling your soul, or trading something valuable in return. The implications here are both subtle and severe. According to Katt's perspective, Hart's fast track to superstardom might have come at a price that goes beyond mere hard work and dedication.
Great comedian said that, in the industry, they tried to make him wear a dress. Have you ever ran into that with scripts? And is that something that, you wouldn't do, for?
I definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. You have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross. For me, I know what they are. They've yet to been challenged, so I don't have to speak on them. I was asked to dribble a basketball on the talk show this morning.
You look
said
good
no to that. Not that was a dress, but I was like, no, I'm gonna look stupid. At the end of the day, you gotta know that you're a brand. I'm a brand. You need to protect your brand.
Remember when Kevin Hart made that bold declaration about never being one of those men who would put on a dress for entertainment? Well, that principle seemed to have an interesting expiration date. Fast forward to Saturday Night Live, and there he was, not just wearing any dress, but prancing around in a full-on gown, topped with what observers described as a hastily thrown-on wig.
There isn't anything funnier than a guy in a dress. And if that's the case, then it might also be said that there's nothing funnier than a black guy in a dress. Okay, well, I watched all of my friends throughout my entire life be able to dunk a basketball, but not me. So everybody can't do everything. So, some of us make choices. I think it's not a biggest choice for others. I'm saying, at the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before.
What this reveals is that, as long as the financial incentive was appealing, Kevin was willing to go along with it. All the boundaries he once claimed to have firmly established for himself seemed to have been pushed aside when his ambition to rise to the top turned into desperation.
Every single movie that Kevin Hart did was a movie that had been on my desk. That all I had said was, can we take some of this step and fetch shit out? And then I can do it. Like, it don't need to be overtly homosexual, because I'm not homosexual. all right? It doesn't need that to be funny, right? And me saying that and them going, oh yeah, no problem, and then going to give it to this other guy and having him do it just like it was and acting like I'm a bad person because I go wear no dress until they offered him the dress and then he put it on. And what did he say after he wore it? I made my own decision, duh. But you didn't make it before they...
While Kevin Hart was building his brand as America's wholesome, funny man, Williams alleges there was a very different story unfolding behind closed doors. One that would make his corporate partners flee as quickly as they abandoned Diddy. The Las Vegas incident with Manthea, while his wife was 8 months pregnant, wasn't just a one-time slip-up. According to Williams, it was merely the tip of an iceberg of discretions that Hart managed to keep under wraps. But the real bombshell comes in the form of Diddy's notorious parties, specifically what allegedly happened in those back rooms. Hart's conspicuous silence since Diddy's arrest speaks volumes, especially given Williams' suggestion that Hart might be unwittingly starring in compromising recordings. The story takes us back to the early 2000s, when a hungry for success Hart allegedly aligned himself with Diddy, who was already a powerful figure in Hollywood. Williams claims Hart wasn't just an attendee, but an active participant in planning and hosting what he calls freak-off parties. These gatherings allegedly provided the perfect cover for various shadowy activities, with Hart supposedly diving deeper into this world as his star rose. As Hart's success grew, so did his entanglement. Like Jay-Z, he had financial stakes in Diddy's businesses. After all, who wouldn't want to invest in an empire led by a man with the key to New York City and an honorary doctorate from Howard University, since revoked? Diddy seemed untouchable, his success unshakable. But now, as Diddy faces challenges that even his vast wealth can't solve, Hart reportedly finds himself in a panic. According to Williams, Hart is desperately trying to distance himself from the crumbling empire, but it might be too late. The man who once looked up to Diddy's seemingly impenetrable success is now watching that same success model implode, potentially taking down everyone in its orbit.
You alright?
No, I'm not alright, Mike. 3 days of this got my nerves all rattled. My ass still hurts.
The plot thickens with Katt Williams making a chilling prediction on social media. Diddy is about to snitch on everybody. The implications of this simple statement are sending shockwaves through Hollywood, particularly for Kevin Hart. The whispers are getting louder. Diddy wasn't operating in isolation, and the domino effect of his potential cooperation with authorities could be catastrophic for many industry figures. The online community is already buzzing with anticipation, demanding more than just names. They want footage, evidence, everything. As one commenter wryly noted, we'll only be left with 50 Cent at this point, a statement that's both humorous and eerily prophetic. Katt Williams' warning to Hart isn't just coming from a place of rivalry anymore, it's starting to sound more like a dire prophecy. The message is clear: start running, because what's coming might be bigger than anything Hollywood has seen before. The question isn't just whether Kevin Hart will be implicated, it's about how deep this rabbit hole goes and how many other industry giants might tumble when Diddy starts talking.